What does he say the foundations of an Islamic economic system should be?
This is really the heart of the book. He goes into a lot of detail about the principles. And the core idea is social justice, creating a society where things are balanced, where there aren't these massive disparities between people.
And how does he see that actually working in practice?
Well, one key concept is this idea of restricted economic freedom. Basically, it means you can do business, you can make money, but there are rules. You have to operate within the boundaries of the Sharia and, ethical principles. So things like monopolies, exploitation, those are out.
And what about ownership? Is there private property at all in this system?
Yeah, so he talks about this idea of dual ownership. It's private and public ownership, but always with the understanding that ultimately it all belongs to God. He also gets into the nitty-gritty of things like systems for production and distribution. How do you actually organize the economy based on these principles?
I want to circle back to something you mentioned, that idea of restricted economic freedom, because it makes me think of another important concept he introduces, the theory of the vacant zone.
Ah, yes, the vacant zone or legislative vacuum. It's really
So
interesting.
what is it exactly?
Well, the Sharia, it's incredibly detailed, but it doesn't specifically cover every single possible economic scenario. So al-Sadr says there are these vacant zones where the Islamic State actually has the authority to make new laws.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the catch is those laws have to be in line with the general principles of Islam. So it's not just a free-for-all.
And how does wealth distribution fit into all of this?
He talks about that a lot. He looks at it from two angles. First, how you distribute natural resources, and then how you distribute the wealth that's generated from economic activity.
So like who gets what, basically?
Exactly. And the key principle is justice, making sure resources and wealth are spread in a way that benefits everyone and promotes, social and economic well-being.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
So what about the role of the state? How does that work in his model?
The state has a big role to play. It's responsible for making sure the economy runs according to Islamic principles, but it's also about making sure there's social justice, providing social security, making sure everyone has opportunities, supporting those in need. And of course, it plays that role in filling in those vacant zones we talked about, regulating things where the Sharia doesn't give specific guidelines.